as they are coming.
Okay.
One last question. Will I be able to share my screen? Or will this just be a
Sure,
verbal presentation?
sure, you can.
Oh, great.
If you have issues, Miss Button is here. She can assist you, but you can share.
Perfect.
On
Thank you.
the top left, there is the file, edit, and share. You can try to do that now and see if you can get in.
I see on the bottom of my screen it says share.
Okay, just share as well and see if you can get in.
Let's see.
Usually, yeah, you get it.
Are you able to see my PowerPoint?
I
Yeah.
see the
Okay.
PowerPoint, but I see myself as well. Now he's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
got
can
it.
use it. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll stop sharing for now. I just wanted to see if it worked. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That's a good thing. At least you know where you stand. Okay. Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Miss Button, you can start the recording because I will
I
ask.
started it.
Oh, really? Good evening, everyone. My name is Bella Totwan. I am the chair for the Parks and Beautification Committee. We meet on the first Tuesday of every month. And today is our last official meeting for the fiscal year. I said right. So I will go around and from my screen, I will call your name. You just briefly give your name. You give your name and if whether you're or not you are part of CB17 board. I will go to my right. I have Yolanda Bletcher.
I'm here. Yes, I'm a committee member.
Nice to have you. Miss Adele Bennett.
Present, committee member.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I have Miss Audrey Henderson.
Committee member.
Hi, nice to have you.
All right.
And I know for sure that Miss Turner is here. Hi, Miss Turner.
Hi, committee member.
Nice to have you. Someone else just come. The last number is 80. Can you please state your name and whether or not you are a committee member?
Jadiva Smith, and I am.
Thank you. So I will ask the presenter to briefly introduce herself as well, and thank you for coming. Ms. Salma.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kiara Solomon, and I work for New York City Emergency Management. And today I'm here to discuss emergency preparedness with you guys tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said it before, I wanted to start with the presentation before I go over the other items on the agenda. I have someone else that just came. I can read Stacy, I think. Can you please say hi to the rest of the group?
Hi, everyone. I'm struggling with my camera at the moment, but I am Kiara's colleague from New York City Emergency Management, Stacy Powell. Nice to meet you all.
All right, thank you. We will not be voting for the minutes for now, but I want, if I can get someone to, Ms. Khan, what's the real word to use again? To give a motion to move two items from the agenda and to have the presenter coming first. Can someone make a motion for me to do that? Because I want to
You don't
move.
need to do that. You can just adjust the agenda as you need.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that the members are okay with adjusting the agenda to have the presenter presenting first. All right, thank you, Ms. Button. So I think it's a yes. So I will ask Ms. Solomon to please start with the presentation, and I will ask the members after the presentation to stay for the remaining of the agenda items. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for giving me the mic. Before I start, I'm dropping a few links in the chat right now. When I give my presentation, I'll make reference to this piece of literature called My Guide. I dropped links for the guide in English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole, so it's accessible to all of you. So now I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. All right. Can you all see a big blue screen with Ready New York on it?
Yes.
Wonderful. So just to start again, my name is Kiara Solomon, and thank you for joining me today to learn about emergency preparedness. So I'm here with New York City Emergency Management. New York City Emergency Management helps New Yorkers before, during, and after emergencies through preparedness, education, and response. And among New York City's emergency management's biggest task is educating New Yorkers about preparing for all types of disasters. We do this through community engagement. One community engagement program is Ready New York. This is the program we are participating in right now. This is the public education campaign of the agency where New Yorkers learn about potential hazards and how to prepare for emergencies. Another aspect of community engagement is community preparedness. This helps local organizations build capacities within their own communities to prepare for, respond to, and recover from an emergency. Simply put, local communities know what they need best, so we partner with local communities to help best serve you. And another community program we have is Community Emergency Response Team Volunteers, better known as CERT. These are dedicated members who undergo a training program that provides basic response skills. So today we're here to discuss preparedness. There are 3 basic steps to being prepared. Step 1 is making a plan. Step 2 is gathering supplies. And step 3 is staying informed. Today we'll be referencing my emergency plan guide. I drop links to this guide in the chat, which you can click on to access virtually. Additionally, you can visit nyc.gov/readynewyork, or you can scan the QR code here in the corner to get started. So to start making a plan, we encourage everyone to create an emergency support network. This means having contacts in New York City and outside of New York City. We encourage everyone to have at least 2 contacts in your network for information sharing. And your contacts should also know how to support you in the event of an emergency. A second aspect of preparedness is writing down important health and life-saving information. This includes your medications, the name of the medication, why you take it, and how many milligrams you need for that medication. Other important information to include would be a copy of your health insurance, or just allergies, or anything that's important to you and your livelihood. A third aspect of making a plan is having a transportation plan in case the subways and buses are not working. And similarly, if you're a person who relies on private transportation, such as having your own car, maybe you'll consider taking the bus in the event of an emergency. And another important aspect of emergency planning is knowing when to go and when to stay. Another way to say it is when you need to evacuate and when you need to shelter in place. Simply put, evacuate immediately if your life's in danger, evacuate immediately if you smell gas or see smoke, and call 911 if you need emergency assistance. Do not hesitate when it comes to evacuation, as it's better to be safe than sorry. So please leave if something's wrong. In certain times, some emergencies will require you to stay in place. Some of these emergencies would include winter weather storms or extreme heat when you just can't go outside because it's an environmental hazard. Another aspect of emergency planning is shelters and service centers. In the event that you have to evacuate, you can always visit a shelter and service center. If the city issues an evacuation order, evacuate as directed. If you're unable to stay with a loved one, please consider a hotel or a service center. If an emergency requires you to evacuate, it's important to know where to go during an emergency. So another aspect of knowing when to go is to find out which hurricane evacuation zone you live in. So New York City is divided into 6 hurricane evacuation zones. Zone number 1 is the red one, which you see is the perimeter of the map. It's the most severe and most likely to flood. And zone 6 is less severe and less likely to flood. Notice I said the word less because anywhere it rains, it can flood. And as such, everyone needs to have an emergency plan in place. And by knowing your hurricane evacuation zones, if the city ever declares an evacuation for certain emergency zones, you can know when to leave and when to go. So to find out your hurricane evacuation zone, You can visit nyc.gov/know-your-zone, where you input your address, and then it will tell you which hurricane evacuation zone you live in. If you are unable to access the internet or are not tech savvy, you can also call 311, tell them your address, and they will tell you which hurricane evacuation zone you live in. And this here is just a photo of the website that I just mentioned. So as I said, there are 3 steps to emergency preparedness. One is making a plan, which we just discussed, and the next aspect is gathering supplies. So when it comes to gathering supplies, we encourage everyone to pack a go bag. So a go bag is what you'll use when you have to go. So if you have to evacuate in an emergency situation, let's say the city orders an evacuation due to a coastal storm or there's a fire in your apartment, this is the bag you grab ASAP to get out the door. Things to include in your go bag, you should include a first aid kit, copies of important documents. And notice I said copies of documents and not original documents, mostly because you need to use your documents in your day-to-day life. So keep a copy in your bag. Other items to include is cash. I say cash in small bills, so 10s and 20s. Try not to keep hundreds. And other miscellaneous items that you may need would be batteries, flashlights, and anything that makes you you. I know someone who keeps Twizzlers in her go bag because she needs that, and that's what helps her function best. And keep in mind other things such as medical needs. Do you need to keep extra medicine in your bag, extra glasses, etc.? And also, everybody in the household needs a go bag. You need a go bag, your son needs a go bag, grandma needs a go bag, the dog needs a go bag. We have a saying here at NISOM where we say every head gets a go bag. So everyone gets a go bag. And we typically encourage children above the ages of 12 to carry a go bag. Me personally, I feel like kids younger can carry a go bag as long as they're able to. This way, no one's burdened with one heavy bag, and you can all leave in a hurry with minimal weight on you. And another aspect of gathering supplies is creating an emergency supply kit. So what I described just now is a go bag, which is something you use when you need to leave. An emergency supply kit is something you put together if you have to stay home in the event of a heat wave or a snowstorm. So you can also put bigger material here at a stay-at-home kit as well because it's stationary. So you can include items in there such as boots, heavy blankets, gallons of water, etc. And the third aspect of emergency planning is staying informed. It's important for you to know what's going on in the city when an emergency strikes. As such, I encourage all of you to get familiar with Notify NYC. This is a free opt-in information service that allows New Yorkers to receive information about emergency situations and planned events throughout the city. You can access Notify NYC on Twitter, you can download the app, or you can call 311 who will call your landline and I'll tell you what emergencies are going on. And Notify NYC isn't just limited to emergency alerts. You can also receive information about weather events, traffic disruptions, transit disruptions, beach notifications, basically anything that gears your interest. And I'd also like to add that Notify NYC is hyper localized. So you just put in the zip codes you care about. So I live in Harlem. I don't get information about what goes on in Queens. So I know most of you here on this chat are from Brooklyn, CB17. So you just put in your zip code for Brooklyn and you get information related to you and what you care about. And just again, how to sign up to receive emails and text notifications, visit nyc.gov/notify-nyc. Follow us on Twitter, or you can download the app on the Apple or Google Play Store. So thank you guys for letting me present. This summarizes my presentation for today. Are there any questions for me?
No.
Do you still see my screen? I stopped sharing. I want to make sure.
Yeah, we don't see it now.
Okay,
No.
great. I see one hand raised. Is that towards me, Adele?
Yes, it is. I like to know today's. Hi, my name is Adele Bennett. I'm a committee member, and also I think I'm still a CERT member. I don't know what happened to the CB17 group because of the COVID. Everything just kind of went fully. So what happened?
Sir is still mobilized. It's something we work closely with. Are you in
I,
contact with Denise Esposito, perchance?
I haven't heard from her in a while. I get emails once in a while, but after the disaster in New York, who knows what? It's after COVID. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
After COVID, everything just kind of went quiet.
Well, Sir is still active. I'm sorry that there was a disconnect between you and the organization. I just dropped my email in the chat, so please feel free to email me, and I can connect you with the CERT team so we can get you re-involved.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. Thank you.
Of course. Are there any other questions?
No,
I feel that Ms. Blecher was about to ask a question before Ms. Bennett. Ms. Blecher, do you have a question?
I've gone through this preparedness in different organizations that I've been in, and I have a bag ready. I have a knapsack ready already. So I'm prepared.
Oh, I'm happy to hear. What's in your bag?
All the things you mentioned.
That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I was about to ask you a question actually about the bag. Due to the fact that now we have COVID on our list that was not there before, what is your suggestion in terms of what people should add on the bag due to, COVID that we have now that was not there?
Well, in light of COVID, I feel like a general theme is that we've realized we can always be more hygienic than what we were in the past. So add more items you can add in your go bag would be a mask or maybe like five masks. I wouldn't encourage a whole pack because a go bag is to be light. So maybe like 3 masks in your bag, a mini bottle of hand sanitizer,
no.
maybe like a travel size bottle of soap, just little things that can help you maintain your hygiene, which is something I would not have thought of in the past. I'd like to add.
Yeah, the little sanitizers are great.
Yes. And you can get them anywhere if you go to community events. A lot of people like to distribute hand sanitizers, or you can go to your local dollar store and hand them and get them for like under $1.
Hmm.
I think one of the big things that you mentioned is the go bag. Can you please show the screen? I don't know if you have it ready. The
Yes.
screen with the go bag. Can you please show that again?
Yes. Let me just pull up that slide first.
Because I have been through the presentation, one of the things that people ask is, where can they find this bag? That's always a question people ask. Where? Is it something that any bag can be a go bag? That's a question that sometimes people will ask.
So really any bag can be a go bag. So realistically, you can buy a go bag which has a bunch of food and batteries and radios, but they are expensive. What I would encourage you to do is get any backpack that you have in the house. It could be a drawstring bag, and just start putting in little items that you already have. Just put in, if you have a first aid kit, put in band-aids until you're able to get a full-on first aid kit in there. Put in an old pair of glasses if you have a new pair with you right now. Throw in some extra toothpaste in the bag. Just start with the things you have in your households. These go bags, you don't have to buy one from the store. You can create these with items already in your house.
Any other question for Ms. Solomon? I think it's a real, it's a
Yeah.
good presentation. Emergency happen all the time when we don't expect it to happen. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Ms. Bennett, sorry.
Yes. What I was going to say is, if you contact the New York City Department of Health, especially you, Ms. Bartlett, when you invite them to to do a presentation, they will provide us with free, I repeat, free emergency kits, because they do have them.
It's a good information to have. Yeah. So I think the next time I will contact them so we can all have this free material.
Yeah, they will. They give the emergency kits, the preparedness kits. They have all the medical kits,
Okay.
depending on their lack of or their knowledge. They'll give you an emergency kit.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that tidbit of knowledge. I did not know that myself.
We are all learning. That's a good thing.
Yes.
I'm still in the Department of Health.
Okay. Any other questions? I think it's a nice presentation. We love to keep you for more time. But I just wanted to check to see if there is any other question for you. And then I have my last one if there is none.
But I put my email in the chat just in case you need to see it.
Wonderful. Yes. I'll email you and connect you with Denise if anything.
Yes, I haven't heard from her in a very long time. Not since COVID hit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that disconnect, but we'll try and rectify that.
Okay, thank you.
So the quick question is regarding the food in the go bag. What is your recommendation on the type of food that people can put on this bag?
So when it comes to go bags, I always recommend something light because this is for if you have to leave in a hurry. But we live in New York City, an urban environment. So if there's an emergency, you can get somewhere with quality food, but the go bag is something to hold you down for a minute. So I would encourage you to keep like granola bars in there, some light snacks, like maybe those mini cereal boxes, the little ones. Nothing too heavy because again, this is about a go bag that's mobile that's mobile and light and you can carry it for a couple of hours. So you don't want to put cans in it that's going to weigh you down. So something nice and light.
It's like don't carry your entire family in one bag.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned to have one bag for each family member.
Yes, we would like everyone to have their own bag. I understand that some people have young children or elderly family members, but within reason, we say children by the age of 12 should be able to have their own go bag. I think that number can be younger up to 8, but that's my personal opinion. And just they can carry their own go bag, they can put their own clothes in it, they can keep their own toiletries in it. They can keep a little bit of money in there, maybe like $10 for an 8-year-old, whereas you can carry a bit more money, but everyone in the household should be able to carry their own bag and hold their own supplies.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any more questions? Thank you for sharing. Yes.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. And I will give you the mic for the last, if you want to add anything else, if there is no question. So I give you back the mic if you want to add anything before we close this presentation.
Just thank you so much for allowing me to present today. If you have any feedback, please let us know so we can improve the presentation. If there's things you disliked or things you really like that we should elaborate on in the future. And right now, I'm just going to add a few more links in the chat that are very beneficial about New York City emergency management and about preparedness, but weren't very relevant to my presentation, but it's worth exploring on your own at a future date.
Okay,
thank you again, everyone.
Yes, so you can put
you.
all the links in the chat. And then if there is any other links that you want me to share with the members, you can email that to me as well. And I will make sure that I share that to everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, and thank you for presenting to us. Thank you. So thank you all for coming and for staying for the presentation. I know that we have a lot to cover today. I really appreciate your time. So now I can move up to the other items from the agenda. Let me put the agenda again on the chat. Let me see if I can have it in front of me. So did you all receive the minutes sent by Ms. Barton? Who did not receive the minutes? Because we need to vote on the minutes, so I want to make sure that you all receive it. Did you receive the minute?
Yeah.
Do we have quorum?
Ms. Barton, do we have quorum? I always have to double check with Ms. Barton.
You have 15, you have take off one.
Yes?
Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you, Ms. Barton. So
No, I'm sorry.
No?
I'm sorry.
I was so happy.
You have 15 members.
And I have 8 people now.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, so I'm good, right?
So you have the 7+1.
Yeah, I'm good. No?
Yeah.
You make me scared. All right. So
You got one more than which would have been 14, so you still have enough.
yeah, so I'm good. All right. So I wanted to take a vote for I wanted someone to make a motion to approve the minutes. I forget my train of thought. Hopefully you all get a chance to see, to look at the minutes. Miss Button, the minute that we have is the April one. We did not receive the May one. Is
That's
that
because
correct?
you remember you didn't have a meeting. Y'all had the FDNY training.
Okay, but I will send you whatever I have anyway, so we can have it on record. Yeah, so I don't forget that we did what we had. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, and also for whatever said inaudible, I have to read it and see if I remember what it was. So I saw, three, two or three in the minutes. So, I think that's my only concern. Can I have can someone what is it? Yes, can I have someone to approve the minutes? I'm looking for a vote to approve the minutes. I think I have quorum right now. Nobody?
This is Bree DaCosta. I make a motion to approve the minutes from April.
Thank you. Oh, I'm glad that you are here. Can someone second?
Second
have-
motion.
Oh, now
My
I
name
have
is
2
in the
seconds.
minutes.
So I have Adele or Miss Fletcher. Which one I have?
I'm gonna say my name is missing.
Oh, in the minute, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
I tell you, my name is missing.
Did you hear that, Miss Bot?
No, I didn't.
I said my name is missing
From where?
from the minute from the list. I was checking it.
From April 4th, right?
That's correct.
Okay, I'll put you in.
All right, thank you. So did we have someone who second the minute? I know that those corrections will be done by Miss Button.
Yeah, I
Linda
second the
Turner.
motion.
I thought it was Mr. Costa.
Thank you.
So who seconded the motion?
Yolanda Belcher.
Yolanda.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I reposted the agenda in the chat, so I hope that you can all see it. Tonight, we'll be talking about, let me give my report first and then we'll move. For my report, I have been meeting with, several people from New York City for Parks, just to look over what will be next, how we will move this committee forward. And every day I'm learning new things because things that I thought will be done a certain way, this is not this way, it will be another way. However, I'm still learning and still trying to move forward with this committee. I had requested a permit for our August 19 meeting event. However, later on, I realized that at that time we will not be in session. So I spoke to the chair, who said that the event can still move on, but however, I will need your vote to, uh, you know, to let me know what you think about it. And I also put that on the agenda. So that was one thing. So the permit is there, but I need to discuss that with the members to see what you think, because today is officially our last meeting for this session, and then we will close our session until September. So that's something that we need to talk about. And also, I started working on another project. Then we will talk about them, further down, like the bathroom project. I discussed that with New York City for Parks, which provided me a list of the parks in our CB17, and I created a Google document because we are looking at the bathroom opening and closing, if there is any issue on that matter. I also visited the children playground, the bathroom, with New York City for Parks, personnel. I saw that it was like clean when I visited. It was open and clean. So we will discuss that, sorry, to see if someone else has anything to add. So that this concludes my report. Last thing, I wanted to apply for a grant for our group to do some plantings in our neighborhood. However, because CB17 doesn't have an account for me to get the money, I could not follow up with this grant. So this is why what happened, we needed that money to buy a little bit of things, to, some plantings around our district, but I couldn't do it. So that's, everything that I wanted to report to you. If there is any question for me, I will answer before we move to the next item of the agenda. Yes, Ms. Bennett.
So how do we get to open an account?
Yesterday at the executive meeting, there was a discussion on that, and I think the chair of the board and some other people, they are part of the committee who are working on that aspect to see how we can get the CB17 account, back on, because it's so unfortunate that a lot of things that we can do, we need money, but that money needs to go somewhere. So
So
yeah.
we have one. We did have one. I don't know what happened to it.
Say it again.
We used to have one. We had one. What happened?
I heard that, this was dormant because of some type of follow-up administrative procedure that needed to be done. I can't talk too much about it. A committee is working on that. Hopefully, I will have an answer. They will know more about it. But that's the general information that was provided to me. Is because it was dormant, and then, like we can't have any activity, like any deposit. And a lot of people want to give you money. The first thing they ask is an account. So we couldn't get this money to do the plan that we wanted to do. We lost
Yes.
that.
What about what about that park program you said you were going to do? The I guess the Father's Day service.
For the June 19th Father's Day, we canceled because we, because membership didn't, I didn't get any, how can I say that? I didn't get approval from the membership, so I didn't want to take the
Okay.
responsibility of approving, of moving forward. So we'll not be doing that. No. So we'll be doing our children playground, that event, but we will not be doing the event with on the railroad park. We will not be doing that.
Are we going to do any park cleanup this summer?
Yes, on Saturday, we will be doing children playground. That's the next item on the agenda. We'll be doing children playground cleanup. So that will be also a little family gathering. We will have snacks to give away on that day, juice and snacks. And we had people from Elite Learner. We have the Brooklyn Lions and high school students also want to come to do some cleanup and some painting. That's where we are. This will be this Saturday, June 10th, from 10 a.m. officially to 12, but it will go past 12, but officially it's 10 to 12.
Okay.
I would like to add something.
Yes.
Our community board is supposed to be an advocate for the community, but we really don't have a lot of community people attending our events. And I think that we need to do more to involve the community to appear. Like it's good that we have elite learners and stuff like that. But as far as the local community, we're not doing our job in involving the local community, the community around Tilden Park, the community past the Tilden Park, the community, that involves the entire community board. So we need to do more in involving our community. Like we get people to help and do the work, but they're not actually community members. So in essence, if we're advocating for the community, we're not doing our job because we don't have the community at these events. That's
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I agree. So, as you was just saying that, my question now is, together, what do you think we can do? Let's say that we have this event coming, right? What do you think we should do?
We
I don't.
could
Yeah.
have had flyers, go
Mhm.
out door to door, post them, put them on telephone poles in the community, around the community, and give them to the neighbors,
Okay.
the neighbors around Tilden Park. We could have had flyers and stuck them on each and every house, down the block, up the block, around the block, and so that they would know that there's something going on in their neighborhood. I think that's what we need to be doing a lot more, creating flyers to get the community to come, because after all, that's what community board is about, advocating for the community. But we don't have that many community people, number one, even attending our community board meetings. So, in essence, we're not doing our job. We're not advocating for the community because the community is not involved. All we have involved is the board, community board members doing their things and hiring elite manners and other people to do work, and they don't actually live in the surrounding community that we're working. So that's what could have been done with this Tilden Park thing. We could have gone up and down flyers, put them on everybody's lawn, or things of that nature. And I think in the future, this is something more that we need to do to involve the actual local community people.
I agree. We do have flyers at the board office printed. So, because you just mentioned that, and we are still on Tuesday, I know that it's not that late if people want to do something. Is there anyone on this chat, on this meeting right now, who will be willing to pick up some flyers and give to their neighbors, wherever they are? So, because sometimes we have the ideas, but we need manpower to do, those little things. So, as you mentioned that, the question now, is there anyone who will take flyer at least to bring to wherever, any place around Children Park for that Saturday? Because we do
You
have
know,
flyers
I
printed.
mean,
Yeah.
that's like 4 days away. I've got several doctor's appointments. I just
Mhm.
don't have the time now. And it's at the 11th hour. I'm just
Oh,
saying, going forward, we need to, at the time that you're setting up these projects, to also include ways of involving the local community within the block that you're working on and passing out flyers to them at the same time that you're initiating your project.
I agree. So I'm just asking, from that, because this is something that you mentioned that I think is right, is a good thing. So I'm asking if there is anyone on this chat we can still, do something. I have Miss Bennett. Yes.
Yes, what I would have suggested, and it's very simple, is just to go to the local churches in the area, talk to the pastor, and let him disseminate that information. He would disseminate it a lot quicker than we would.
Thank you. And the information is posted at the library, Woodby Library. Agreed to disseminate that information just for, they are also part of the community. I believe that, they are doing something, but I agree. That's one thing. Any other ideas?
Yeah, remember George? And George
Yeah,
works, I believe, Clarendon Road Church. He would be a great person to disseminate that information very efficiently and very
thank you.
fast.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Burlock, I also have something. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Mhm.
Oh, how updated is the social media page for CB17? Because I went on Instagram and it seems like it hasn't been updated in a long time. And I think that social media is also a good way to like disseminate the information, because when we were having the the cleanup, I was also trying to send the flyers to like the Flatbush Zipmas I think community association, whatever they're called, and I was trying to send it to other. I was trying to send it to other like cleanup groups and everything, and a lot of people kept asking, "Do you guys have an Instagram page? Do you guys have a Facebook page too?" And I didn't really have any information to direct them to.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because in today's age, of course, going around is a good thing, but social media is a huge one that we can use. I sent this flyer to the chair of the communication for TB17 to be published. I didn't see
Hmm.
it. I will
Yeah,
do an
it hasn't been touched in a while.
Yes, you're so right. Because of course we go
Hmm.
around, but social media is like can give you 10 more people out, in a quicker time than you can reach out by, knocking at doors. I understand. I agree with that. All right, so I will try my best. I posted that on my Facebook page. I know that Miss Turner shared that all the time when I posted those flyers. But if someone else wants to share our flyer on their social media page, that can help even a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Who else? I feel that someone was speaking as you were speaking. Any other ideas? Because I think that those things are, we all as we are going, we are learning. It's a great thing that I can do. But I understand what Miss Belcher, sorry, just said, because we do those projects, and you said it, people even in our neighborhood, they don't even attend our meeting. That's another, big issue as well. I agree with you. I can be more
I
than
have
you.
a comment. I have a comment, Miss Antoine. This is Free DaCosta. I agree with everything that has been said. Yes, we need to probably, engage the community a little bit more, and in doing so, social media would be a great way to do that. There's also the Link NYC. I don't know what you call those boxes. They're on the sidewalks, and they have like all this information that they share about the community or what's going on in New York City, historical information, whatever. But I have noticed in other neighborhoods, they do post information about community board meetings, or committee meetings. So maybe you can utilize that. I don't know what the cost is to advertise on those Link NYC things throughout the community, but that could be another great way to let people know what we're doing and to try to get more people in the community involved.
Yes. Can you put that info in the chat for me?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you
Sure.
so much. Yes.
Yeah, the other communities, they have flyers, not just flyers. They have pamphlets, they have books. They have like a newspaper that they have, as she said, as those stands on the street, those plastic little stands that you pick up and it's take it free. We don't have those.
That is true.
They have listings for almost everything.
Mhm.
Dentists,
That is true.
doctors. So if you need your roof fixed, everything's in there.
That is so true.
And they have
No, I agree.
advertisements for all the commerce, like you said, commerce. The commerce committee's in the newsletter. They
Mhm.
advertise everything.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, this event is like luckily posted on the New York City for Parks, but not through CB17. Is because they have this platform. That's where I receive info. All the people registered, but as you said, not from the community. They register from the website of the New York City Parks. So that's good position.
And
All right.
even the Parks Department, they have their
Mhm.
social media. You should be reaching out to the Parks Department to advertise or put the flyer on their website to
Yeah, this
advertise
is on
our
the New York.
events.
Yeah, this event is on the New York City Partnership for Parks. That's where other people saw it. But as I will follow up with those other places that you said,
Okay.
the park department. Do you think it's something separate from the New York City Partnership for Parks? Because this is where
Yes.
the site. Okay.
They do.
All right, so I will reach out to that and see. Um, any other ideas? So hopefully by when we come back, we have a robust, advertisement program going on when you have events, so more people will know that. Oh, sorry, Miss Hudson, I saw your hand. Sorry. Yeah, Miss Hudson. Yeah, yeah, I saw your hand. Sorry. Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Miss Antoine. I'm sorry, I was a little bit late in joining.
Yeah, we are hearing you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I just wanted to say good night, everyone. Good night, Miss Antoine. I was a little bit late in joining the meeting, so I was just asking if you could bring me up to speed in terms of what was being discussed, because is this the flash in regards to the activity on the weekend on Saturday, Tilden Park,
Yes.
or is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
so people are providing a lot of great ideas on how
okay,
we could, have
yeah,
more community members involvement in
yes,
this, event, because I think it's a good thing that people mention that other people are coming from elsewhere to volunteer. However, people within our community are not being, like involved. And I have some great ideas on how we can do more outreach to have community members involved. So if you have, ideas too, I will be very happy to have that. And then after
okay.
that, I will go to Miss Bennett. Yes.
Okay, well, I was thinking in regards to that, I know the library and what is it, the supermarkets and so on have some of them have community notice board where you can put stuff up. I know Stop and Shop used to do it by Tilden, used to have a community board where you can put information. I'm not sure if the new supermarket that's there have that, because I've not been going to that one.
Okay, so I will take a
Not really
walk.
been going anywhere much, I can tell you that. So
Okay.
I'm
So
not sure.
tomorrow,
But I know the
I will go.
library and some of the supermarkets allow you various even the places where you buy like what is it, tasty,
The
and
bodegas.
the restaurants, you could ask if you could leave flyers or so on there. Yeah, and they would allow it. Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Someone said, who's going to pay for the flyers? The flyers for this event are being printed by CB17.
Yes.
This is the question that someone in the chat. Someone said, who's going to pay for the flyers? Flyers are already printed at CB17. They're already there.
That's good.
Yeah, usually the board printed the flyers. So the flyers were done by New York City Partnership for Parks, and then CB17 printed them, and they are there at the office. Yes, so anybody can
Uh,
find them. So they are there.
Okay.
Yes.
my question is there any way that keep this momentum going over the summer?
Oh, I can't hear you. Can you repeat?
I said, is there any way that we can keep this momentum going over the summer? Because it's the same to wait for September to start a newsletter when they already should have the newsletter ready by September.
I am not following you.
Well, instead of waiting until September to list things like bulb planting,
mhm.
October, November.
Oh, because what happened is in June, the board officially closed the session. So that's what
Yes.
happened. We close. That's the nice part of. I love this, time. However, between June, we are closed
The more,
until September.
yeah, the committee closes, the board office is open, and because people
Well,
go back and forth looking for information. But it would be nice to say, listen, we're going to have a bulb planting in, say, October. And
no, I will be working. So here is the thing. Here's the plan that I wanted to discuss with you. We will not be meeting. However, if I will be working myself because I want to be prepared with all of your ideas when I come back, so I'm prepared. So if there is any ideas, you can still email me, but we are officially closed. That, the beautiful time,
Yeah.
summertime, but we are closed. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, we can
We're
keep
having
things
that thing
going.
on the 19th of August, the health,
Yeah, so
because
that's
I've been
what I wanted to.
approaching business places about it. So,
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to discuss with you, but I didn't want
yeah,
to go right now
okay.
because we are officially closed. However, as I said in the beginning, I put this permit, and my permit is there for August 19, and I had all these people being contacted, and then I realized, oh my God, we are officially, not in session. So I wanted to ask you, after we finish that, what you think about this. So let's finish with this part, and then we can talk about the. It's 8:20, 8:20 now, so I don't want to keep you too long, but let's put a closure for Saturday. This Saturday, I have snack there, juice for you to bring your family. So we can, the children playground is the pilot project. The plan is to cover the other parks. But for now, we start with children and we spend a lot of time thinking about children playground, what we want to do. So at least we need to do something on Saturday for children and then learn from it, discuss about it and see how we can move forward. It's a lot of things that we can do. I had a lot of pushback from the park managers, what we can't do. It was more complicated than I thought. So I'm even glad that we are finally doing something on Saturday. It's like I think it was like a piece of, joke. But when I say piece of joke, a way of talking, but it was really difficult for us to kind of do something in the park. As you know, it appears something simple, but it was not that simple as I thought. So that's what happened. Yeah. So Miss Bennett, I saw your hand, and then after that, I will tell you what will happen on Saturday, so we can move forward quickly. Yeah, Miss Bennett.
I was going to say it's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Very good idea.
Yeah, so I think children playground deserve this cleanup because we do couple of visits, looking at there, painting that need to be done, a lot of little things. But we will do what we can and then take notes and see how we can move forward. Meet again with park manager and see what we can do. It's not easy, but we will do it. So I really, really, really want you to be there on June 10th. I know that not everybody can make it. I understand. But if you can make it, please, because I will have the table for the snacks. I really want to have some volunteers to be around that table, signing sheets, and then equipment will be provided by New York City Partnership for Parks. If even if you can't do the actual work, but at least you can assist me in monitoring what is happening around and monitoring the volunteers and all of that. So reach out to me and let me know if you can't make it, but I would love all of you on this chat to come.
Yeah, I'll be
Yes,
there.
yes, thank you. And even to like if someone asks for a juice, for example, instead of taking the bottle of juice, if someone is there to monitor, that would be put more order on this. And please take pictures, please, and share. Thank you. So that will be on June 10th, and the location will be near the restroom that is in the park, the bathroom on the park. This is where everybody will be meeting there. From there, we will dispatch to our assignment. Thank you. Any question
Bella,
from
this
you?
is Geneva.
Yes. Yeah.
I just want to say that, just want to let you know from early that I won't be able to make it because unfortunately I work most Saturdays. So I usually cannot make Saturday events because I'm stuck at work.
I miss you. But if you have any ideas in the meantime, or if you can share the flyer, that would be fantastic. Even if someone can't make it that Saturday, so they will know that we are doing this project, even for the next time they will participate. Thank you for letting me know ahead of time. Yeah. And I know that
One,
means the poster you are close by. Yeah.
one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What was the time again?
Again?
The time for the cleanup on
The
Saturday?
time is from 10 to 12, from 10 to 12.
In 2 hours? Might take a little bit more.
That's the official time. That's what I said. That's the official time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the official time. Yeah.
Berla, I will be there, but I will only be able to stay until 11 because when the event moves, I have a conflict with church. So I will be there as late as I can be on Saturday, but I will definitely be there first thing. So if
Yes,
you're
thank
there
you.
before
So I
10, let
can
me
ask
know.
you, yeah, I can ask you if you can be responsible for the signing sheet. That would be fantastic.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you are here, yeah, so if you are here early, so you can be responsible for the signing sheet.
Okay, I can be there early.
Okay, thank
What's
you.
the earliest? What's the earliest we can show up?
The earliest will be 9 because I will be there at 9, so we can set up the table, the food, the snacks and those things. So 9 because people will be coming at 10, so we should be there at 9 to prep. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a shame they couldn't come a little bit earlier, like about 7. Be perfect.
By 8, 9, that's what I plan to be there because I have to put things, the snacks and signing sheet and all of that. So when people come, we should be ready. So I plan by 8, 9 to be there myself. And I think do you all have my cell phone just in case? Let me put it in the chat.
No.
Okay. I just put it in the chat. So what we are trying to do is to have, a nice activity at Tilden Park, take notes, and then move that to other parks because we have a list of other parks that we want to cover. That's the plan, but at least we need to start somewhere to see what we can and what we can do. And thank you so much for, I know that some people like Mr. Costa work with me on that a lot, and other people, Hudson, you participate. I don't know who else, but I remember that you all came to a prep meeting that we had in the past, just to see what we can do. I wish that I hope that everything will be fine for children, so that we can repeat that for other parts because we don't only have children. If there is no question, let's move quickly to this item on the agenda, so I can let you go home. Yes, Miss Hudson. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Before we move on, can we just clarify the address of that park? Because that's not I went to the park by Tilden. Is it the one by 45th, East 45th Street? Is that the one that we're?
There will be children is between East 48 and 49, correct?
East 48 and 49. Yes, I think that was the one. Thank you.
Yes. So if you take a bus, on Utica, you get it from Tilden. If you are driving, you can turn on Tilden and 48 and 49. That's where it is.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's happening because my nephew, who usually comes with me to help with the park stuff, planting and so on, he has another activity, so I'm gonna try because he will be there. His mom says, and she will be, my sister. Maybe she will be there. So we have the family.
Okay, so bring him if you can because we need people on that day, really.
Yes, he's always very helpful. Okay.
I know. Quick thing that I wanted to bring up. I don't want to keep you too much, but I think we can keep. I can email you about Children Park if you want. If there is anything that you want to share, but I wanted to move to the next item quickly. Here is my dilemma with August 19th. I really, really, really want to do this event, so that's just me. However, I understand that we will not be in session. That we will not be meeting. There will not be any meeting at that time. However, if people want to just, our group to do it on August 19th, what the chair said is that you can bypass one meeting that is coming, so that will count as your attendance for any upcoming meeting. So that's what the chair said. I will ask exactly what it means by that, but that was the idea. He said that I can still do this event on August 19th, and that can still count as one of your attendance for some other meetings. So what do you think?
Miss Berlot?
Yes.
That can't happen because you'll be in a different fiscal year.
I don't know what he wanted to say when he said that.
And he knew about the date.
July. No. July 1st is the beginning of the fiscal year 24.
Mm-hmm.
This is now the ending of fiscal year 23. You can't cross them over.
So meaning that they can't bypass a meeting. That's what you mean?
You're taking from one fiscal year to take into a next fiscal year. See, if you once you do the attendance, it's going to be considered for the fiscal year 24, not for 23.
No, but 23 is over. It's
That's
over
right.
after,
So
yeah.
then you cannot use the fiscal year attendance from August to substitute for another month.
Or maybe we just don't have a meeting. We don't have this meeting. Because I know
Yeah.
some other committees
I mean,
sometimes
it will count
they
into
don't have a
next
meeting.
year, but it would
Subcommittee.
count for this year.
No, I know that some committees sometimes they don't have a monthly meeting. That they just
Subcommittee.
don't have it.
The subcommittee.
Yeah, sorry.
We have to do it as a subcommittee.
Yeah, the subcommittees hold meetings.
No. I know some committees sometimes they don't have a monthly meeting or they just cancel for some reason. So I think that's probably what he wasn't mentioning. Because not some committees I know for sure, sometimes for some reason they don't have a monthly meeting at all. And I heard that yesterday in one of the meetings where one of the committee they said that they have this event, whatever event, and they didn't have a meeting, a monthly meeting. So maybe that's what he was referring
That's
to.
the youth happening that happens in August.
Yes.
That's the only event that happens during the summer.
Which one?
Youth happening.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. So let's move back. So what do you all think about August 19th? And thank you, Ms. Button, for putting the permit for me. So what do you all think about this August 19th? So
Wait,
I'm waiting for you now.
excuse me. What permit?
August 19th.
No one ever said anything about a permit.
Say it again.
You never told me.
But you put the permit.
Evidently not.
Not for August 19th.
Yes, you did.
Okay, let me check back.
Oh my God.
Because I guess it's been that long ago that I don't even remember putting it in.
Yeah, it's not because I wanted to do it early. So yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
I'll check it later.
Yeah, check your email. Of course you did. Yes. So yeah, so that's why I said I want the group to tell me. I know that it's not like I will have any meeting. However, I will need ideas and I will need your okay for this. So check your email right now, Ms. Button, if you can, because now you make me scared. Yes,
Don't
Ms.
worry
Bennett.
about it if I didn't do it, because I have too many open things to close down to get back to the thing.
Yes.
But I will check it first thing in the morning.
Yes, you did. Yes, Ms. Bennett, I saw your hand.
I would just say I'm all for it. It's a good idea.
Yeah. And I know that a lot of people sent me ideas already for people to contact, like Kings County Hospital, like to do presentation, and I have all of that. But if someone else wants to send any information, I will be happy. Now I need more ideas, more people to tell me whether or not we can move forward, even though we will not be in session, but the event can still happen. But I just wanted to know what you all think. Any ideas? 1, 2 ideas. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Bennett, for your ideas. Thank you.
What about the Prospect Park Conservatory showing up?
Say it again.
Prospect Park Conservatory. They teach little classes, I believe, and it's wonderful for children. Teaches them about planting seeds, bulbs, how to care for them. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. When is that?
You have to contact the Prospect Park Conservatory.
Or you want me to contact them? Okay, got it.
Yes, Prospect Park, yeah. They have it. But they have it there, but I'm quite sure they can send someone.
So, anybody else who wanted to give me any idea whether or not you think moving forward with August 19th, the healthy cooking and healthy eating fair is a good idea? Just let me know, or you can vote by email because I don't want to do something that the entire membership is against. So that's, that's the idea of talking to you about it. It's just like, although we will not be in session, but at least I don't want to do anything that you are against. Like you didn't want that, and then you just, someone just told you that there is something happening, and you are part. That's your committee. So that's what I wanted to say. If there is no idea, anybody, before I move, it's 8:35. I want to move as quick as I can. Yes, Miss Hudson. Yes, Miss Hudson, you can go.
Yes, I just wanted to say that I got in touch with a couple of the health food stores nearby where I live, and
You're
I
breaking
can
up.
hear you.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that I spoke with the owners of a number of, well, not a number, about 3 health food stores in the neighborhood, in the area where I live, and they asked me to bring in additional information, but because I saw that we were not, it was not firm date, I told them that I would check it out and get back to them. So I'm not sure if they will turn up, but they were interested in showcasing some aspects of their business, and they just wanted additional information to see if it would be how they would be able to make it work for their business.
Okay,
So,
fantastic. I can follow up with you, and if I can meet with those, business owners, I'm happy to do it. Yes,
okay.
thank you.
All right. So
Yeah.
probably what I should do is to give them your information and also give you some of their information, and you could and just to check in to make sure that they are able to contact you to find out exactly what they will need to
Okay.
do. Yes, so
Thank you
but
so
but I
much.
can't do that unless I know it's gonna be on August 19th, right? Because then they would have
Yes.
to plan staff, to have staff there and whatever else they want to do. Yeah, I don't
Okay, I
want
will
to make it
follow up.
bad because this place is I always go to. I want to
All
make sure
right.
that everything
I will
works.
follow up with you. Thank you. Yes, Miss Bennett again.
Yes, because I have another idea. What I was going to say is what she just said was very interesting because we have a lot of businesses in our community now who serve plant-based foods. Do you understand?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Plant-based foods. So from garden to table, it shows the children how, where, and where. Hey, it's a fact. But it shows the child exactly where the food comes from. The
Mm-hmm.
table.
Okay.
Where? The table.
Yeah,
That's a good educational idea.
that is. And this will be on Pottergate Park, by the way. Yeah, that will be
And that's
Pottergate.
fine. That's fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any other ideas before I move to the last item on the agenda? Last one, and I will let you go. Last one. No more questions for me? Okay. The last item on the agenda is the project that I started, and I created the Google link for it. Anybody want to contribute moving forward? We have a list of all the bathrooms in our, not the bathroom, all the parks in our CB17. So I remember in one of the meetings, people were complaining about the bathrooms closing time. Um, so I'm working with New York City for Parks. They provided me with the list of bathroom, the list of park managers. The only bathroom I was able to visit is the children playground bathroom, no other bathroom. However, I have all the lists, all the addresses. So now, even when we are not in session, if there is any idea, any complaint about this, please do not hesitate to send it to me, because the plan is to look at any issue when meeting with the park manager. At least we have something to say. If you can take pictures, if you can do anything, you can keep sending that to me, because even when we are not in session, I am working on that project. So
I'd like the list of the parks in our area. that you have, the list of the
Yes.
parks.
So let me see if I can share screen.
Can you just text it or email?
Sure, I was trying to share a screen. Yeah, I can text it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, let me just copy and paste what I have for now so you can see what I received. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I will put that in the chat. This is what I received from. Okay. So this is what I received from. Can you see the chat?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tilden, Patagon, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I received. Yeah. So I have to, review it to make sure that nothing is missing. But that's the list that I received from New York City Partnership for Parks. I think there is 1 or 2 sitting areas in it, but those are this is the list I received. So if there is something that is missing here and you can see, you remember whatever parks is missing, you can let me know that, I have to put that on the list. But all those parks in there, that will be in our project next year for cleanup or some project. But cleanup was the main thing that they wanted to work with us on that place. So I think that's it for the project. Is just to let you know, and if you want to contribute, even when we are not in session, you can still email me about it, and I will be happy. So when we come back, we have something to work on. Anybody want to say anything? We have 5 more minutes before I let you go. Any question, any ideas, anything? Anything you wish that we like, I know advertisement is one of the things that you wish that you think that we should do better. Anything, any hope for the next year, next fiscal year? Anything that you want to see accomplished? I'm taking,
Yes,
comments.
good evening, everybody.
Yes.
This is Carlene, and I couldn't get onto the WebEx, so I ended up calling, and I'm so glad I did because I thought I would have missed so much, but I got so much from since I got on. Anyway, good evening, everyone.
Good.
I wanted, Bernard?
Yes, please.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
listening. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. So this is what my vision is for 24, that we could get the local TV stations involved and have them do stories on what we're doing. I know it's not a brand new idea, but I think the way we would pitch it to them would be would be inclusive and might gain attention.
Thank you. Good idea. And someone also mentioned the newspapers, have our event in the newspapers. I think that's a good idea as well.
That's right.
Miss Hudson.
Yes, I'm sorry. I always, because we have parks, so many parks, I just wanted to find out if we would be doing any more planting of flowers and so on in some of the parks. For some of the parks, it's nice to have them fixed up and well painted and paved and everything, but then we want, just like some areas where there are plants and near to possibly near to where people sit, just they change the ambience where you have flowers and just something nice for people to appreciate.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yes, that sort of
I
things.
think
I would like to see more planting in the
oh,
parks. I like that. I know we also had a activity where we were doing weeding the Ralph and Church Avenue area. I was not able to make that particular activity. Sorry about that, but I hope it went off okay, but more of that too. I'd like to see. Or
Thank you.
participating, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any more idea? Going once, going twice? Ideas for projects or things that we can do better? That's your time to, give me ideas. Whatever you think we could have done better, we learn from it, and then we can move forward with it. So your ideas is welcome. And if you don't get a chance to speak tonight, please send me an email and let me know what you think that we can do better. Because we are learning, I'm learning together with you. Being part of the board was my first time. Being a chair is my first time as well, chair of this board, of this committee, sorry. So I'm learning with you as well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being nice with me and welcoming me. When I first started, I didn't know at all what to do because of you, because of the way that you welcome me. I was able to do this year, and I hope to work with you again. And I hope to see you on Saturday so we can take our group picture together. We didn't get a chance to do any of those. And we will keep, moving forward with our beautification committee. Thank you so much. If there is nothing, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
I'm sorry. But before we adjourn, Ms. Burlott, this is Brita Costa. I just want to say, can we just make sure that we continue to push for budgeting to fix up Tilden Park, not just paint it, but an overhaul where we get a new park for the children in this neighborhood. I just want to make sure that we continue to push for that from our city council member and whomever else we need to, make that request with for money to really do something impactful in the park.
Agree. I add that on my list. Completely agree. Yes. Yeah, we tried to push. We didn't get it, but we can, keep doing that. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for your time. And it's 8:47, and I, thank you all for giving me the motion to adjourn. It was second. And
Who seconded the motion?
I seconded.
I did.
And Hudson.
I done heard 3 people.
Oh, 3 people. No.
Okay, now who seconded the motion?
And
Linda
Hudson.
Turner.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miss, go ahead.
No,
I will.
Ms. Hudson.
thank you so much. So I will see you on Saturday. Miss
Yes.
Turner, I will follow up with you. I know that you will be the leader, and everybody else will be after you. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.